This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
All right, we move on to match 4. All good stuff. Thank you for sharing, JR. Match 4, it's the Dudleys retaining the WWF tag titles over Big Show and Kane. And JR, this one didn't take very long, 6 minutes, 49 seconds. And it's the same match as they did at the house shows, almost spot for spot, except for Kane threw in a plancha until the finish. Show looked terrible. Again, this is all Meltzer. Doing those stationary clotheslines the guys had to run into. Dudley's couldn't save this. Finish saw Bubba undo the padding on the top turnbuckle, and they picked Show up in a flapjack-like move, and he hit his head on the steel and was pinned. This one got a 1/4 star. Do you think the Big Show is just going through the motions at this point?
I don't know. It just didn't click. And quite frankly, the level of talent in that match was way too high for the match not to be immensely better. Now, I'm not saying that Dave's ratings are the gospel. We're using them as such in this particular presentation. But no matter what, it wasn't a great match. The chemistry wasn't there. I can't tell you why, because all those guys, oh, by the way, I signed all of them too. So, I don't know what to say, Paul. It under-delivered, and it was disappointing.
There's an influx of talent right now in WWF for sure, and maybe it's one of those things. Certain people are trying to find their way through their place in the world. Big Joe.
You never know. You never know. And this, we're talking 20 years ago, right?
Absolutely.
I can't remember what I had for lunch.
But you do remember what you had for breakfast.
I have something in the oven.
And it was fantastic.
I have something in the oven that'll be ready to eat when we're finished. But that's the only reason I'm going to have that figured out. So I really, seriously, I can't remember. I don't know that there was any. I don't think there's any personal issues to any of those 4 guys.
Yeah.
That they didn't want to work together. I just think it was one of those nights where it didn't click, and I'm sure there's a story behind it, but I don't know that story.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.